In an era defined by viral tracks, algorithm-fed playlists, and short attention spans, few songs manage to transcend the moment and cement themselves as timeless. But Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us isn't just another hit. It's a cultural earthquake. And now, it's a streaming powerhouse too, proving that true impact doesn't fade when the charts shift or when the news cycle moves on. Every single track ahead of Not Like Us on Apple Music's all-time most streamed songs list was released before May 4, 2024, the day Kendrick's seismic anthem dropped. That's not just a statistic. That's a signal. It means Not Like Us hasn't merely kept up with the giants of the streaming age, it's outrun every single one of them in its class. The only song in its rearview mirror that comes remotely close is Morgan Wallen's Last Night, released in February 2023. And even that arrived more than a year before Kendrick's single changed the trajectory of rap in 2024. Welcome to celebrity rap life, where the red carpets never roll up and the spotlight never fades. The rewards are legendary. Because in celebrity rap life, every downfall can become a comeback, and every headline tells a deeper story. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next. There's something poetic about this. Kendrick Lamar didn't release Not Like Us as part of a marketing rollout. He didn't tease it with TikTok snippets. He didn't rely on influencer cosigns. It came out in the middle of a war, an artist-to-artist, bar-for-bar, high-stakes lyrical battle that rewrote hip-hop's power dynamics in real time. And yet, it has climbed the ranks of Apple Music's most streamed songs of all time with a kind of consistency and force usually reserved for pop juggernauts or global crossover smashes. To understand why this moment matters so much, you have to look at the terrain Kendrick just conquered. Apple Music's most streamed songs list is a brutal arena. It's dominated by tracks that live at the intersection of mass appeal and relentless repeatability. Think of Ed Sheeran's Shape of You, The Weeknd's Blinding Lights, and Post Malone's Rockstar. These are songs that spent years on the charts, were looped billions of times, and became part of the digital bloodstream of the streaming generation. For Not Like Us to already rank just below them in a matter of months is staggering. It's not just the biggest Apple Music release of 2024, it's one of the fastest rising songs in the platform's history, full stop. The numbers tell one story. But the deeper story lives in the why. When Kendrick dropped Not Like Us, it wasn't just a diss track. It was a moment of cultural clarity. It was sharp, petty, tactical, and then suddenly, it was anthem-like. Crowds chanted it at festivals. DJs blasted it at basketball arenas. Kids uploaded reaction videos with faces frozen in disbelief at every beat switch and word choice. Even people who didn't care about the Drake-Kendrick feud found themselves bobbing their heads. Why? Because the song slapped. It was surgical in its pettiness, but universal in its energy. It invited you to dance while you dissed, to celebrate while you dissected. It wasn't just a personal attack, it was a West Coast cookout with a mission. And when something hits that hard across demographics, you don't need a traditional rollout. The people do the work. Word of mouth becomes your press cycle. Reposts become your billboard. It's easy to forget that before Not Like Us, most of Kendrick's catalog wasn't built for single dominance. Alright, DNA and Humble were all powerful songs, but they didn't live at the top of streaming charts for extended periods. They were cultural statements first, commercial triumphs second. Not Like Us flipped that. It gave Kendrick his most mainstream accessible sound wrapped in the kind of venom that made hip-hop fans press replay instantly. It was a crossover event, the rare moment where rap heads, casual listeners, and chart chasers all found themselves in agreement. And Apple Music listeners responded. In the first 48 hours of its release, Not Like Us broke Apple Music's record for the most first-day streams for a rap song in 2024. Within a week, it cracked the top 100 of the platform's all-time list. Within 2 months, it passed most rap records entirely. And now, it's standing shoulder to shoulder with streaming titans who had years to get there. But this isn't just about Kendrick versus the charts. It's about the context in which this happened. Remember, this wasn't part of a studio album. It wasn't supported by a deluxe edition or a coordinated playlist strategy. Not Like Us was released as a standalone statement, a lyrical warhead fired in the middle of one of rap's most intense rivalries in years. And still, it went nuclear. The closest track in terms of recent release date is Morgan Wallen's Last Night, a song that benefited from country radio dominance, viral TikToks, and a massive tour rollout. And yet, Not Like Us, with none of those things, has outpaced almost every other single dropped in its time frame. This is something that has the entire industry watching. Because it suggests a shift. It means authenticity, when packaged properly, still wins. It means bars, real ones, can still outperform manufactured hype. It means that even in a landscape dominated by trends, substance still holds power. There's also the matter of replay value. Not Like Us was more than a diss, it was an event. Every beat drop, every ad-lib, every "they not like us" moment made it viral. People didn't just listen once, they played it back to catch what they missed. Then they played it again in their cars. Then again in the gym. Then at parties. It's a song that became lifestyle soundtrack material almost overnight. And that's rare for a diss track. Most diss songs live in the moment, they peak fast, burn bright, and fade. Not Like Us is doing the opposite. It's growing. It's expanding. It's building legacy in real time. And let's not ignore the cultural ripple effect. Since its release, Not Like Us has sparked dance trends, DJ remixes, parody videos, think pieces, and even academic essays. Kendrick performed it multiple times during his GNX tour, each time to sold-out crowds who knew every bar by heart. Its hook has entered the lexicon of rap fans, like a new age ether, or hit 'em up, but with more bounce and club potential. That blend of hostility and hospitality is rare. It's what made the song unstoppable. It weaponized the West Coast sound in a way that was both nostalgic and new. And it gave Kendrick Lamar a place not just in lyricist history, but streaming supremacy. When we zoom out, this moment marks a new phase in Kendrick's career. 4 years, he's been the conscious voice, the poet, the Pulitzer winner. But with Not Like Us, he became the algorithm's worst nightmare, a lyricist who plays by no rules but still wins every time. A rapper who doesn't bend to pop, but somehow makes the most replayable song in the world. And this new streaming milestone is more than a feather in his cap. It's validation that staying true to your pen, your sound, and your message doesn't exclude you from mass success. If anything, it magnifies it. Look at where Not Like Us stands now, ranked just beneath songs that took years to build momentum. No rap song released after May 2024 is anywhere near its league. No other hip-hop artist from this year has cracked Apple's all-time top tier. Kendrick did it without compromise. Without filler. Without a TikTok challenge. And that's the part that artists, executives, and fans are all still trying to process. Because if Kendrick can do this with one song in 2024, what happens when the album drops? What happens when the full project arrives? What happens when he brings this energy to a new visual experience or another arena show? Not Like Us didn't just survive, it dominated. And now, it's setting the bar impossibly high for everyone else. This is the type of moment that reshapes expectations. It tells every upcoming rapper that bars still matter. That timing and purpose still matter. That you don't need to water down your voice to be heard, you just need to sharpen it. Kendrick Lamar has made it clear, you can do it all your way and still top the world's biggest charts. And as Not Like Us continues to climb and settle into the streaming pantheon, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. In 2024, no rap song has even come close to its impact. The gap is real. The records don't lie. And Kendrick, he's not just part of the streaming era, he's redefining what's possible within it. And whether the industry likes it or not, this is what dominance looks like. Not forced. Not fed. Just earned. Word by word. Line by line. Stream by stream. Because they really not like him. Not then. Not now. Not ever. And the charts just confirmed it. This story is far from over, and the truth is still unfolding. I want to hear what you think. Drop your take in the comments. And if you don't want to miss the next twist, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next.